But if I go to Vancouver, BC, and I see a dragon eating somebody, or it eats me, I'll believe it. I'll be like, okay, there is a dragon in Vancouver, BC eating people. I won't feel bad by saying, oh, I now believe it. I feel bad by being eaten. I am a grown-ass man. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the MURCA Guns and Freedom podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As always, this is just an open chat. You get to come in, ask whatever question you want to ask, suggest whatever topic you want to suggest. Doesn't have to be gun related, but we kind of revolve around that. But it can be any other manly man topic you want to ask us about. Because where else do you get access to a super manly man like me where you can ask things like this? And remember, I'm not the only one that answers questions here. People in the audience might know the answer if I don't. On that rare occasion, I don't know something. Someone out there may. So get engaged in the live chat. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. But if you want to talk to me, like I said, ask whatever you want to ask, suggest whatever you want to suggest. I like to start this chat, as always, by reading if anybody purchased any merchandise, like the in this country, we used to shoot Nazis t-shirts, or the I love guns and animals, people piss me off designs that I've got. And I am in the case, all I've got left to do now is the t-shirts. That's all I got to transfer over is t-shirts. And then I'll have my new website up and running. And then I got to figure out how to design the website. But we'll get there. But we got one order today, and it was Tim Allen. And he got a Pete's Grindhouse shirt. Love that shirt. That is the mashup from Steamboat Willie and Planet Terror. If you haven't seen it, awesome shirt. If I do say so myself, I designed it. But he's our only purchase today, so thank you to him. And then let's get over here and see if we got any. And remember, if you want to become a channel member, or you want to join Subscribestar or Patreon, which we didn't get any new Subscribestars or patrons today. Let me make sure, but I don't think so. We lost one. Wait, did we get a new? Nope. Beep Bop Boop was last. I think someone fixed their credit card. But if you want to join, go on over to TYMPpistolproject.com, like it says right here. Right there, you can do everything for the channel. You can become a channel member. You can become a patron. You can join Subscribestar. You can sign up to be a recipient of TYMPPP, which I was supposed to read today, but I've put it aside to do till tomorrow because I thought tonight was going to be our podcast, but I could have done it tonight now that it isn't, but we're still going to announce them tomorrow because I had planned that. You could sign up over there, like I said, to be a recipient of TYMPPP. You can go over, there's a link, you can go buy merch from my Shopify store, which I should be closing soon when I open up my other one. So go on over there, buy yourself some merch, support a good cause, get yourself a cool shirt. Most of them are kind of whimsical. I like to keep my stuff kind of whimsical. I'm not into the from my cold hands, or I'll blow you away, or look at my muscles, that kind of bullshit. I'm not into that. There needs to be other options out there. So feel free to go over to TYMPpistolproject.com and do anything you want to do to support the channel, or register to be a recipient of TYMPPP. With that being said, let's see if there are any questions coming in over here. I think I got a couple over here I need to check real quick. Heavy J says, I like this channel. It's full of embalmers. I don't know if I understand that, so I'm not going to respond to it. I do not understand the question, and I refuse to respond. Pocket Sand used his 36-month WAP chat to say, did you see they Hulu brought King of the Hill and they are rebooting it by skipping forward to time to present day? I did not see that. I lost interest in it the last season. He lost his mind and went religious crazy and kind of undid most of the best work he did on the show. Like, he took Bobby back to being a basic retard with no swag whatsoever. So I was just like, I don't like this change of tone. And Chunky D said, whose name are we not supposed to say? Well, I ain't saying it. I know what he's trying to do there. He's trying to get us all, ruin everybody's day. What he's trying to do. All right, let's get over here to the live chat. Salvatore Verga donated, but he didn't say anything. I'll be willing to bet he didn't say anything. I'm going to check, though, just in case he didn't. He didn't say anything. He's the strong silent type. Dale Rickety chimed in, and he said, let's see which personality is in charge today. Bigfoot frequently gets confused for Sasquatch, yet he never complains. Ugh. That's a dad joke. A cryptid-based dad joke, but still a dad joke all the same. Tim Allen, that was a purchase. Kevin Mabry chimed in here. Oh, and remember, we are still doing, in fact, today might be the last day to get an entry into the double super secret Pico giveaway. Oh, no, because if I did, I'd have to announce the winner tonight too, so I could mail it tomorrow. I'll just have to make another trip down next week. So you got till the 17th to get an entry. I didn't think ahead enough. But he got entries into the double super secret Pico giveaway and the silver bullet giveaway. And yes, I keep a silver bullet here on my desk. Boop, 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 right here. I'm ready to go in case werewolves get in. Gotta be. I also have somewhere around here, I got a sterling silver fork stuck to the end of a stick. So I've got a werewolf jabbing stick. That's what I want to do to my cane. You know, I've got my cane here. And it's got a rubber stopper on the end. I want to take that off. I think it twists off. But I want to take that rubber stopper off the end there. And I want to put a spike, a sterling silver little spike on the end. So that either that or I want to put a sterling silver spike on the back of this head right here, like a point. Make it out like a smack a werewolf with. But I want to be able to stab a werewolf with this as well. And the blade is not silver. I mean, it's tempered steel. So hope we're allowed to handle sword canes on the video, or else I'm in trouble. All right, I'm getting off track, aren't I? Kevin Mabry said for Phil. That's all he said. I spent that much time just to read for Phil. Johnny Mandrick also chimed in and said, did you send them link to the chat? Yes, I did. Now that Bigfoot season is almost here, any Bigfoot tips? It's not Bigfoot season. Bigfoot's around all year, and there ain't no hunting season for Bigfoot. I think just, you know, it gets warmer up in higher elevations. People are going up to higher elevations, so they see Bigfoot more this time of year, but it ain't Bigfoot season. It's just they happen to see him more because they invade his territory more, which they shouldn't be doing. Don't invade Bigfoot's territory. With that being said, that was the last thing coming in here from Christopher Jones. Me and Chrissy Jones. We got something going on. I got the words. What's that guy's name that sings that? Oh, what is his name? Black guy. He always had on a hat. Henry something. Me and Chrissy Jones. What did he say? Gummy Wuzzle here. Hail Phil. What are your thoughts on the Smith & Wesson FPC and 10 millimeter as a truck gun? Might get an M&P for the mag compatibility. Well, that's probably the only thing that stopped me from getting one, because I'm not a big fan of M&Ps. The gun itself, I think, is fine. That's why I kind of would love to see Glock do a pistol caliber carbine, because I carry a Glock G20 in the car as my backup gun. Be nice to have the pistol be the same thing. The rifle be the same thing. I mean, so I think that it's in itself is a great gun for the truck. The actual Smith & Wesson FPC is perfect for the truck, car gun, whatever. And the perfect combination with it would be having an M&P. But that's the only thing that stopped me, because I don't have an M&P, and don't particularly want an M&P unless it's one of the M&P metals. Now, if I could get the 2.0 metal and 10 millimeter and get the FPC, then that would we'd have a conversation there. Then we'd have something to talk about. But yeah, I think it's good. You should get one. I encourage such behavior. All right, let's do the emails real quick here. All right, first one we got here, it says it's from Jacoby Crows. He's letting me down, disappointing me. Sorry, but the girl from the Dairy Queen was too tempting to destroy. Supermodel stays home. She'll find out. See, he's cheating on his Smith & Wesson with a Ruger SP-101. Foolishness, the foolishness of youth, I guess. What'd you do to your thumb? You know, if you've got blisters on your thumb, you should probably give it a rest. I can imagine what your penis looks like right now. Not that I'm sitting around imagining his penis. He almost showed it to us in that picture. Let's see here. It was a crotch shot. That's what I'm saying. Share screen, Winder. We got this from Gummy Wuzzle. He's got his booty here. He got his bang bang, kitty kitty bang bang. His I support the right to arm bears mugs. How did you get a stickers in a pack like that? Do they do that if you ordered more than one? Because I would love to be able to sell sheets of stickers, but they don't. And he's got his, looks like a Smith there, and his new PX4 Storm he just got, and he's wearing his Pete Grindhouse shirt. What did he send the pictures twice? Oh yeah, he's got his Pete's Grindhouse. Why does he got? Oh, that's from his hat. I was like, what the fuck is his necklace here? But it's his. That's the drawstring to his hat. He needs a haircut. Looks like a hippie. Goddamn hippie. Oops, I hit minimize instead of close. Now, how do I get it to go away? There we go. All right, now let's see. Let's go to the next one. Then we got one that's more of a question. I'll get to it. Peter D says, Summer Carry, 432 UC. I want one of them, you asshole. How come you get one and I don't? That's one of the reasons I don't like you people. You keep getting stuff that I should have, but I don't. Plus, look, he's skinny, motherfucker. Who was this again? Peter D. Peter DeBoner. Pisses me off all the time. You know he's sucking his gut in. You know, right now, at this point this picture was taken, he was just this close to passing out. But that looks good. I like the holster. Not much on brown holsters myself, but I do like them. Okay, let me read this other. I'll share the chat while I'm reading it because it is an email with a pretty long, and he shows an email from Carr, I do believe, a response from Carr. So let me share it. We'll read it here and talk about it. Let's see. This is, I see below, never buying a car again. And then it says, I see you purchased the gun 9/20/2017. The gun did come with a 5-year warranty, and the warranty on the gun has expired. The Value series do not come with a lifetime warranty. Kind regards. Okay, what was the rest of it? Thank you for purchasing a Car Arms Auto Ordnance product. We're sorry to hear you're experiencing these issues. We have established an RMA for your firearm. Your RMA number is blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, the firearm is no longer under warranty. However, you may still ship it to us, and our gunsmith will inspect it free of charge. Once we receive the firearm, the estimate lead times for repairs are as follows: 5 to 6 weeks for pistols. God Lord, that's a long time. And then return instructions. Let's see. Did they ever tell? Oh, I'm probably showing shit I probably shouldn't show, aren't I? I'm not sure. Does this just mean he never sent it in or what? Yeah, I don't like a gun manufacturer who doesn't stand behind their gun. Even if it's out of warranty, if it's a danger, you better stand behind your fucking gun. Because what if that gun has a malfunction? I'm going to fucking sue you. So, yeah, they should stand behind their gun. Doesn't surprise me that they don't. I like Car Fire. I like the pistols. But the leadership that I've met, they come across as very smarmy, very money-driven. They don't come across as gun people. Let's just say that. And I never did like that about them. There's a reason why they started using hired people for their SHOT Show. I think a lot of people were turned off by the actual car people. All right. I think that's got us caught up on the emails. And let's go over here to the live chat, see if anything's coming in. Idaho sells gas for about $1 a gallon cheaper than Washington, eggs for about $2 cheaper. We'll go live in Idaho. There's a reason things are cheaper there. No one wants to fucking live in Idaho. That's a lot of states are like that. It's like, why are houses so cheap in Arkansas? What's because nobody wants to live in Arkansas. There's a reason why people don't want. There's a reason why so many people want to live in certain states. Higher standard of living, higher wages, better schools, better all kinds of things. And when those things happen, it ends up being more expensive to live there because there's more demand to live there. Middle of nowhere in like Mississippi or something, there's not a lot of demand for that. So you can live there a lot cheaper. That's why a lot of people retire to places like that, because now they don't got to have a job or don't worry about anything, but they can live a lot better on their money. P320 is perfectly safe when carried in a proper holster. Carry it in a holster that also fits a G19 and Walther PvP as well, and you will probably have an Indy, or not even probably. Then maybe. John Heasley said just for a shot at the Pico. We still got 2 more days. Oh, we got a donation last night for someone from YouTube, and I wanted to read it because they made a nice. Who was it? It was Ryan McFarland. I don't know if he said anything or not. He didn't say anything. He just said TYMP, but he does get entries into the drawing and stuff. So good for him. Let's see here. Let me make sure we're caught up with all the supers. We are. Christopher Jones was the last one. John Heasley was the last one. We got about 7 minutes left. You could be in Illinois 84.5 cents per gallon of gas and then add the feds. Yeah, it adds up. The most current P320 claim is that a 45 10 millimeter disassembly safety bar can be put in 9 millimeter 40 pistols, and it can severely limit the sear engagement. Why would anybody want to do that? Frederick Nietzsche says the herd is hostile to the genuine individual. That's why people take jabs at you for not being part of the right or the left. Well, yeah, I know. Trust me, being the worst place you can be is in the middle. When 90% of the population is left or right, being in the middle is not fun. I bought a sticker and a Beretta. Do I count among the save the 40s? Not for a sticker. Stickers don't count. It's got to be anything other than a sticker. Because stickers we don't make money on. Because you can't make money on stickers unless you can sell like a bunch of them at a time. And I can't figure out how to do that. Never have figured a way to do a whole set of stickers. The inverse ninja principle states that the more ninjas there are, the less powerful each ninja is, while the fewer ninjas there are, the more powerful each one is. I don't think that's true. Because they don't stop being, unless you think, well, they just get in each other's way, but I don't think that's true either. I think if someone said, would you rather fight one ninja or 10? I'm going to fight one ninja. I think that's just something the ninjas made up so that they could fight with overwhelming odds. Because people will be like, I got a chance of winning. There's 100 of them. That means every one of them's pretty weak. I don't fall for that shit. It's not my first rodeo. Starting to think maybe Magazine Retriever's a ninja. And he's going to be starting trouble with his ninja friends. How long do you think it will be until robots can live on their own without any human assistance at all? I don't know. Hopefully not too long. Because I look forward to serving my robot overlords and masters. I want them to know right now whose side I'm on. Use Yankee Marshall for him to see your question. I know you're not a big fan of 9 millimeter. Are you going 40 Smith & Wesson or 10 millimeter for a poly semi-auto? If I can, I go 10 millimeter. If it's possibility, it ain't always possibility. It's not that I'm not a fan of 9 millimeter. It's more I'm not a fan of people thinking 9 millimeter will do everything as well as other rounds do. It doesn't. It can't. Is it acceptable in its own self? Well, yeah, I'll carry a 380. So 9mm is definitely acceptable, but it's the people that are like, oh, 9mm will do just as good as 10mm in every situation. No, it won't do even close in some situations. If I'm shooting through a car door, I definitely want a 10mm, excuse me. But people don't understand when you're taking a stand on principle. It's not necessarily that you're tearing down, like when you take a stand against the Glock targets, it's not necessarily that you're tearing down Glocks or you don't like Glocks. It's you don't like the people who give Glock too much credit and falsely represent them. Notice he touched the case and not the actual bullet. I can touch that bullet all I want to. See, watch. See, look. There, I'm touching it. See, your hypothesis busted. Put the silver spike near the handle, then you can use the cane for walking. I'm not going to use that cane for walking unless I have to. And you can walk on a silver tip if you stay on soft surfaces. I don't go into the city much. I won't be walking on concrete. What I need is below the hilt, the bottom part to pull off, and there'd be a silver spike there. Like you can pick it up and pull the bottom portion off, and there's a silver spike in it, or maybe it's a silver dagger. That'd be cool if you could get something like that. Yeah, that'd be very, very cool. Why can't we get something like that? Somebody work on something like that for me. Do we have any creative geniuses out there to make me something like that? Let me see. Let me make sure we're all caught up with everything. So I continue here. Nope, we got a super chat coming in over here. That it's from Steve Herzog that says, thank you. What did he say thank you for? Well, what did I do? He's being sarcastic, isn't he? Thank you too. I don't know what the fuck he's being all upset about, but I know I didn't do nothing for him, so I don't know why I don't know why he's chewing on my ball sack, but he's trying to get under my skin, I guess. That was just mean. Let's see here. The YouTube thought police hate stabby sticks. I hope they don't sanction you. Yeah, I hope not too. What would it take to commission you to build a presentation style box for a 3-inch python with a sapphire blue? Oh, it would take going back in time about 20 years to when I had a wood shop. Because I don't have a wood shop no more. I kind of wish I still did, but I don't. I could turn this gym into a wood shop easy. But, I like my fingers. I've still got most of them. I did cut the tip of this one off. Have to have it reattached. But I like having my fingers and both my eyeballs. And I know by now, if I'd continued the woodworking, I'd be like every other woodworker at Saturday Market, where I primarily sold. Every one of them's missing at least 2 fingers. Some of them got eye patches. And I know that would be me if I did it for that many years. Plus, it's nice having clear lungs for a change. I always had sawdust in my lungs, it felt like, when I was doing that for a living. So, yeah. You have to go back in time about 20 years. What about one of those spike muzzle brakes made out of silver that would be cool as hell and adds to the bling? Well, yeah, if you got to get close enough, though, to use your gun, you're probably getting bit. I want to get bit. How many big feet are there? I don't know. You mean individual feet, or you mean how many Bigfoots? How many? I think it's just Bigfoot. I think 1 Bigfoot, 2 Bigfoot, 10 Bigfoot, it's still just Bigfoots. Like sheep. 1 sheep, 2 sheep, 3 sheep. Bigfoot, same as that, I think. Where's the plural sheep, goose? I don't know. But I don't know. I never counted. So I had no clue. I couldn't even make an estimate. Do you think that polishing the feed ramp on my Tomcat will help with the occasional failure to feed? Ran 2 mags perfect, then on the third one failed to feed. It could, because a lot of times in those little guns, buildup can drastically affect performance very quickly. That's why you want to clean them thoroughly after every use, and you don't shoot a lot through them every use. But try cleaning it, take it back out. If it runs perfectly good for a few mags and then starts to have problems again, probably something like polishing feed ramps and stuff like that would help. Don't think we have depth perception. LOL. What's he talking about? Mike D he's always crazy. You never know what he's talking about. I wouldn't pay much attention to it. You'll go insane listening to his ramblings. Let's see here. Make sure we're all caught up because we are past time here. I think I only have. So if you was a woodworker, you would be the dog Sparky. What? Dog Sparky. I don't know who that is. I would hopefully not be a dog. I mean, being a dog would be sweet, easy life, but it's a short life. So I don't think I want to be a dog. Of course, I don't know how they perceive time. Maybe to them, it seems like they've been alive for centuries. I don't know. Should I purchase a P229 in 357 SIG? It's a police. I can stop right there and say, yes, you should. It's a police trade-in, railed, German frame, and the heavier slide combo. Well, yeah, you should definitely buy it. Why would you not buy it? I can't think of why you wouldn't buy it. I'm sitting here racking my brain thinking, why would I ever say don't buy it? This is not a self-help group. This is not Gun Owners Anonymous or Gun Addicts Anonymous. This is go buy a gun, help the industry. Even though I think the industry is probably one of the worst things for the Second Amendment, because right now we have an industry that has overinflated itself to where it counts on panic buying to be able to maintain profit margins and production. So it tends to stir the pot too much, but I still support the industry. I want there to be a strong gun industry. If it was half the size it is now, I'd be fine with that if that's what demand actually was. So, but I still want people to buy guns and be prepared, more because I want them to be prepared. I only want industry to be healthy because I want there to be options for people to have so that they can be prepared. But yeah. All right. Let me finish this up here real quick. I think we're all caught up. We're all done. Yes, Steve Herzog was last over there. John Heasley was last over here. And I answered the last question over here. It was about a dog Sparky, and I don't understand what it means. But thanks, everyone, for coming. I appreciate it. I will see everybody again tomorrow. Thanks for everything you do for the channel. It's appreciated. Some people don't appreciate what I do, apparently, but then there's people like Steve Herzog that send me, I don't know what that was. They can't be legitimate because I didn't do anything. Mean, I swear, some people are just mean to me. And then you got people like that, what's his name? Dan Loon. I'm not surprised you said that the Buffalo Board guy is Mr. Testosterone, because he seems like he'd be drawn to that kind of thing. He'd be highly influenced by that kind of thing. But thanks, everybody, for coming. I'm not saying that's bad. It's just that's the way it comes across. Some people like that stuff. I don't personally. I can't stand. If anybody goes, as part of their daily routine or, any of that stuff, if they yell and stuff, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to be near you. No offense, but you get on my nerves. Anybody that's ever went, yeehaw, or woohoo, out loud in public, I'm probably not going to spend a lot of time with you. I'm not going to say you're bad or you should be put in jail and maybe beaten until you learn your lesson. I'll leave that up to the authorities. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time with you. But like I said, thanks, everybody, for coming. I'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.